It's the first day of 2013, and I thought I'd start it off right with a nice walk in the woods after spending some time with family. So I'm going to go check out the survival shelter, or the super shelter I made a few months ago, and see how it held out. We almost had a green Christmas here. Well, actually we did, but right after it, a considerable amount of snow fell. So it'll be interesting to see how the snow shelter made out. Well, I think the snow, in mixed with the freezing rain, did in the shelter. But it looks like it's quite repairable, so I'll spend a few minutes today doing it, and then getting out here later on when I have some time on my hands. So let's have a peek inside. But all in all, she's still kind of cozy looking inside, and a lot nicer than the surroundings for shelter anyhow. Well, I was able to get my improvised heater working. Just got to make sure it's not too close to the tarp here. Get a little bit of warmth here on my hands. And we're getting her almost fixed back up. See how long it would take. I think if I had been in here while the storm was occurring, we probably could have stopped that from happening with about 2 minutes work. There's a little better spot for our little heater. And she's actually warming up in here a little bit, even with an open roof. So the design holds true, and it's pretty rugged. The freezing rain on top of the snow caused ice bricks basically to form on top of the roof. So I just have to clear a few of those off and then stretch the tarps back out. Pardon the sniffling. But we got the shelter put back together. That was 5 minutes work, and if anything, banked along the back of those walls is the snow that was on the roof, and also on this side as well. By digging a little path around it and pushing the snow up against part of the shelter, it kind of just made it even more airtight around the bottom base of the shelter. So I've got a little bit of sewing to do. A couple of the lines broke, but I just used cheap hemp string on this shelter. I have a little bit of paracord on it, but had I used paracord, I have a feeling the grommets would have just ripped out of the tarps. So I'm kind of glad I just used the cheap string. And somebody had asked about the burn time on my little blind heater here. Well, this one's been burning for more than an hour over its lifetime using one container of sterno. And it's really nice and warm in the shelter right now. With that burning, I'd say I'm probably about 5 or 6 degrees centigrade. I'm at about 5 or 6 degrees centigrade. And with that burning, it's quite comfortable in here actually right now. I would say outside the shelter is probably about -6 or 7. And inside here we're probably looking at about 6-7 degrees, so you know, you're probably looking at about 10 to 14 degree difference in your shelter temperature, and this has only been going for a few minutes. Well, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, I might sleep out here.